Just ask everyone to join the session. Just inform your friend in a group to join the session. Okay, so we'll wait for. Just one. Just correct. Ask your friend to join the session. Those who are not joined, just message in the group to join the class. Okay, so I think most of you are joined. So we will start. Okay, fine. So suppose the question is something Visual Basic is a tool that allows you to develop an application. So what will the answer here? So what I'm saying, so now the question is particularly saying विजुअल बेसिक जो टूल हम लोग यूज करते थे वो किस टाइप ऑफ एप्लीकेशन डेवलपमेंट के लिए बेसिकली यूजफुल होता है. Okay, so what are the options here? What are the options given here? The options are the Visual Basic tool can be used for real time. The Visual Basic tool can be used for graphical user interface, for minute event programming, or none of this. Fine, these are 4 options is given. So you have to choose the correct option. That means you have to choose the correct option. That means the correct answer for this one. So as what is correct answer? What is the correct answer? Anyone? क्या होगा correct answer? Yes. What could be the correct answer option for this one? So why we are using Visual Basic? So it is basically used for graphical user interface. Yes or no? So because जितने भी हम लोग Visual Basic commands use करते हैं, okay, या user कोई भी tool use करते हैं, जो भी आपका output आता है, so it will be in the form of window. Yes or no? So with the help of window, what the user can directly interact, okay, with that application. That's why that is the reason Visual Basic tool basically allow the user, okay, to develop an application which is for user graphical user interface. Fine, is it clear? Is it clear? The option answer for this one is option B. Okay, is it clear to all of you? Not responding. Is that audible? Is that audible? Yes. Is
Yes,
my voice audible? So is it clear? So say yes or no. Okay, if the question they ask, or you have to remember the basic question regarding the Visual Basic. So why we are using the Visual Basic tool? The Visual Basic tool are basically used for development of graphical user interface. Okay, next one. What the ID stand for? Now it may be easily answered because you may use many of the IDs. So basically, ID stand for integrated development environment. Okay, integrated development environment. So correct option is option C. So as we know, if you write any program or if you develop any program, okay, whether it is a C++, Java, or even Visual Basic programming. So to write that program, we need a particular environment. Okay, or we can say to develop the program, we need a particular environment, and that particular environment is called IDs. Okay, IDs basically stand for Integrated Development Environment. Okay, where we will going to actually develop our programming language. Fine. So correct option for this question is option C, which is called Integrated Development Environment. Okay, clear? So question number 3. If the question is something which window displays a list of all forms and modules making up your application. Okay. What is the question? So question is said that which of this window? So as we know, there are 6 types of window. We have discussed the 6 different types of window. So out of this 6 types of window, okay, which window will display list of all forms and modules making up your application? So what is the correct answer? So it is a project window, it is a property window, it is a form window, or all of the above. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer for this question will be, so as we know, form layout. So form layout basically display the center of the window where we can basically write our code and embed set of control. Properties windows, what would we do? Whatever we inserted, whether the variable or control or even some images. So the entire property related thing are stored in property window. Now the project window is your main window. Okay, the project window will be your main window, which will be going to display all your forms and modules that are making an application. The correct option for this particular question is, what is the correct option? The correct option for this particular question is the project windows. Okay, the project window basically used to display all your forms and modules which will be combined together to make a make a what? Make a application. Fine. So these are questions which is commonly asked. Okay. So yeah. So that is the reason we are discussing. Fine. Moving to the next question. Now, the next question is, which of the following window is essential to development of the Visual Basic application? Okay, now these are the question is related, which is in your module 1, which will be basically related to your introduction to your application windows. Introduction to an application windows. Fine. Introduction to an application windows. तो अभी क्या पूछ रहा है? कौन सा विंडो आपका कौन सा विंडो आपका सेंट्रली डेवलपमेंट फॉर द विजुअल एप्लीकेशन के लिए यूज होता है. So which window are used? Whether it is a project window or whether it is a form window, whether okay. So what is the correct answer for this one? So which window will appear on center of development? Which window is appear center of the which window is appear on center of the programming language? The correct answer is here is the answer B. So as you can see, the form window will be at present at the center of the window. Now, if you open your window, so now there will be a project window which consists of all your forms and module. Then there will be a toolbox window. Then there will be a form window. Then there will be project explorer. Then there will be project properties. Fine. So now the form window is basically present at the center of development for any Visual Basic application. Clear? Clear this point? I hope this is clear. So you can go through the chapter number 2. Okay, slide number 2. For all this question, you can click on the slide number 2. Okay, there I have discussed all these things. What are different types of windows are available and what are the features of fine. Okay, so moving to the next question. The next question, suppose they ask which control is used to provide an identified grouping of other control. Okay, now what is saying? So which control? Now which control is basically used to grouping of other control. So what is the correct option? The options are given: frame control, level control, list box control, or command bar button control. So what the question is saying? So which of these below mentioned control are identified for grouping of other control? So what will be the correct option? Yes, anyone? So we have just discussed 2 days before this question. This question is related to your control. Okay, different control we are available. So we have just discussed the yesterday's class this one. Okay, when we are discussing about different types of control. So which of this control is responsible? Out of this, which of this control is responsible? Yes, anyone can answer this question? What is the correct answer for this one? The correct option for this one is option A. Okay, which is your frame control. Okay, the correct option for this question is frame control because the frame control is responsible for what? It is only the responsibility for adding of all this control. Right? Okay, moving on to the next question. Which combines the feature of text box and list box? Yes, this question easily can be answered. Now, which combines? Okay, the question is asking now, which is the combined feature, or we can say which control out of the given mentioned controls box. Okay, which control box having the feature of both, that is the text box control as well as the list box control. So which of this is possible? So options are the picture box or the checkbox or the combo box or the option button. So which is the right option for this one? So which of these boxes will provide what? Both the features, that is features of text box and the features of list box. Yes. What is the correct answer? Yesterday only we discussed this topic. What is the correct option for this one? What is the correct option? The correct option is your combo box. Kali padha hai na? What I said, the combo box is the box which provide both the features of the text box as well as the features of the list box. Okay, the combo box. Just remember this. So the combo box will have both the features. Okay, and we also discussed the three different styles of combo box also. Okay, style 0, style 1, and style 2. Okay, fine. So next, move on. Yeah. Now, next question number 7. Now, suppose the question asks which module can be used in many different applications. What is the answer? So now, as we know, as we are already studied, one of different types of modules we are having. So we are having 3 different types of modules. Okay, I already said whatever form or application you design. Okay, the form is basically, or because of the project or application are divided into uh, different modules. Or basically, visual programming will provide a modular approach. If you see what are the advantage of the visual programming. So one of the major advantages of visual programming is it provides a modular approach. So based on that modular approach, we have divided the entire programming. Okay, entire visual programming, 3 different types of modules. First module, one of the modules is called form module. Okay, where we are having a single module. If we are having single module and we are working with that is the form module. Then standard module, the standard module in combination of one or more single modules. Okay, then class modules are basically used for using of the objects and classes. Okay, now here question they are asking, what they are asking which of this module, that means from form modules, class module and standard module can be used in many different applications. So what is the correct answer? So the form module cannot be used because it will be meant for a single application. The class module, as we have discussed, the class modules are modules which are basically using the concept of class as objects. Now, what is standard module? The standard modules is combination of or integrated of different individual modules. Now, what happens here? Now, one module can be used by different standard modules. Suppose I am having different standard modules. So, same module, okay, कोई भी module बहुत सारे standard modules में use कर सकते हैं. That means the standard modules can be used in many different applications. The correct option will be your option C. This will be standard module. Okay, the standard module can be used by the different can be used in many different applications. Fine. Okay. Let's move to the next question, which is question number 8. So the question number 8 is the property is used to return or set of value to determine whether the control can respond to a user generated event. So now, as we know, every control, okay, every event having certain properties. Now, what the question is asking here, the question is which of this property, out of these 4 properties, that is the first property is auto size, enable, visible, and value. Okay, now these are the 4 properties they are given. So out of these 4 properties, okay, now which property are basically used to return or set the value that determine whether the control can respond to the user generated event or not. So which is the correct option? Correct option. Now, as we have seen the many of the controls, which properties are responsible? Now, value property is basically responsible set of values. Auto size regarding with this property is relevant to your picture toolbox, which will be automatically reduce and increase the size of the images. Now, visible property basically visible is true or false. It will show whether the control is visible or not. The enable property basically the correct answer here is enable. Now, the enable properties, okay, determine whether the user can respond to the user generated event or not. If it is true, if the enable property is true, that means user can access, and if the enable property is false, that means user cannot access, okay, the particular content. Fine, is it clear? So now it is clear. So any doubt you can ask me. Okay, fine. So any doubt you can ask me till now. The question number is, any doubt? Okay, if you're not having any doubt, so we will quickly move to the next question. So next question is, uh, in graphical user interface, dash is the mean of selecting one or several options. Okay, so what is saying that question is, so the graphical user interface, suppose I have drawn a window where the user can interact graphically. So which of this particular control box will be useful for selecting one or more option? So whether it will be a combo box, list box, scroll bar, or option button. So which of this will be provide you to selecting more than one option? So what is the correct answer for this one? Yes, anyone? What will be the correct answer for this one? Or what is the correct option for this one? So as we learned today, only we learned scroll bar. Scroll bar is basically gives you a particular value at the current position. Then combo box. Combo box is nothing but combination of text box and the list box where you will take the input. Okay, so these two cannot be happen. So we are only left with the first and third one. Okay, the list box. So now list box, what will do? You will list the different items present in your list. Okay, if you remember the option box that we have discussed, sometimes the option box is called radio button, where you are having the using of multiple options. Okay, if you remember, we have discussed an example, that is how to change the background of the form. Okay, there we have used the option button, three different types of option button. One is your red, blue, and green. Okay, so on that case, we can choose or we can select a server option. Okay, server option in a list. Fine, so the correct answer will be the option button. Okay, the option button can be used to choose your different or several option, selecting option can be provided. Okay, so let's quickly move on to the next question. So the next question, which property of the text appear in the form in the title bar? So what is asking? So which of this property, that means text, name, caption, and none of this. So which of this property will be appear? Okay, appear in the form of title bar. So whenever you design a form, okay, whenever you design a form, which of this property will be activated? Which of this property will be activated whenever you are designing a form in a title bar? कौन सा property होगा? This property will be activated. Yes, anyone? This property will be activated. So not participating. Okay, the Monday exam, I will also not participate. If you have sir, this is not having, they are not here, so then also I cannot do anything. Fine, अभी आप नहीं response कर रहे हो, Monday को भी हम भी response नहीं करेंगे. So what property? The answer is correct option is caption property. Okay, the caption property is responsible. Fine, the caption property basically used to or we can say it will appear on the form title bar. Form को आप डिजाइन करते हो आपके टाइटल बार में आपको क्या कैप्शन, the caption property is activated. Okay, so let's move to the next question. So in the statement, suppose it's given in the statement DIM days 7 as a string. So what we are doing here now, this is basically defining a variable. Okay, the variable name of the variable is days. This is my name of the variable. Now, what type of variable? The type of variable is string type variable. Okay, and this is my keyword used for declaring the variable. Then the question asked in the statement, this one, what part of array does the number 7 refer? Now this 7 is referring what the number 7 is indicating in this given array. So is it indicating the name of the array, or it is a lower bound, or it is upper bound, is it data type? If you see this one, the name of the array will be days, okay, and data type is string. That means the two options are already gone. It cannot be data type, it cannot be a array. So we are only left with the upper bound and lower bound. Okay, so as I already said, the array can be defined in two different ways. Okay, some of the cases I define like DIM days. What can I write 0 to 7 as string. What happened? Now this will indicate your lower bound, this will indicate your upper bound. But in this case, the 7 will basically indicate the upper bound associated with the matrix. Okay, what will be the upper bound or upper index of the matrix? So it will start from the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 7. The upper bound of the matrix 7 and 0, lower bound will be 0. And what is size? Size of the matrix will be, or so size of the vector or array will be 7 or 8. Okay, so remember this one. So the 7 signifies here in this array or vector, it will signifies the upper bound associated with this array. Okay, or upper bound associated with this vector. Okay, coming back to the next question, which can preserve the value of local variable by making the variable as. Now the very simple question, this one. Now how can I preserve the value of a local variable? Okay, so now this question is basically from the access specifier of the variables. Now the question is which variable out of this all this access specifier, that is public, private, static, and implicit. Out of all this access specifier, which access specifier will preserve the value of the local variable by making the variable? How I can preserve? Yes, answer this question at least.
Static.
Static, yes, the correct answer is static. Okay, the static options are used to preserve the value of the local variables. Fine?
Yes.
Okay, so let's move to the next question.
Sir, you are not audible.
Thank you. So, yeah, so what is the question? Find out the proper syntax to find when we are using the message dialog box. So, message dialog box सबसे पहले जानना जरूरी है. हम लोग message dialog box कब यूज करते हैं? जब कभी भी हम लोग को आउटपुट शो करता है in the form of dialog box or message box. So, we will go for the function called message box.show. Okay, this is a function name, message box dot show. So what this function do? This function will be display the output in the form of message box, and this is the function which is defined inside your Microsoft Foundation class. Okay, Microsoft Foundation class में आपका define है. So we will use this function at the runtime with the help of DTL, dynamic linking libraries. Okay. Now we have to identify out of this all the option which is the valid syntax for the message box. Okay. So what is the valid syntax? So as you can say, this cannot be happen because we need, as this is a function, so we need a parenthesis. So there is a no parenthesis, मतलब ये option तो कभी भी नहीं होगा. Now we left with the 1, 2 and 3 option. Now this is also not possible as this is a string. It should be in double quote or single quote. Okay, as this is a string, it should be double quote or single quote. So now the option D, now we are left with option C and D. Okay. Now in this case, option D is correct because the Visual Basic strings should be whatever string you will print or you will write, that should be in double quote. So this option D is a correct option in this case. Okay. If there is something else, then will be different. Okay. But if you're printing a string, then the option D is correct. Now message box dot show is a function. Now it will display like hi, there is hi. Okay. This will be display on the message box. Now remember the option, correct option is option D here. Okay. Fine. So next, move to the next question. So what the next question say? Find out the correct statement. Find out the correct statement when declaring and assigning the value 100 as an integer variable called num people. तो क्या करना है, हम लोग एक वेरिएबल है num people जिसमें हम लोग को असाइन करना है वैल्यू 100. So आपको out of this 4 options, so whatever the 4 option is given, so you have to choose the correct option to declare and assign an integer variable. So if you are remember जब हम लोग पढ़ रहे थे, अगर जब हम डिस्कस कैसे how to declare or how to initialize the integer variable. Okay, so now first of all, now this option is not valid because any variable, whether it can be function, array हो या integer हो, तो हमेशा वो dim keyword से use होता है. Right? So that this option is not possible. Now we are not using dim keyword. Now this is only 3 options available. Now again, this option is also not available because we are not identified which type of integer, what is the data type of this one. Right, now we are left with option B and option D. Now the correct option is option B. That this is the correct way or correct sentence for declaring an integer. Now what will happen? Dim is a keyword. Now this is my variable name. Now I am specifying which type of variable. Num people is a variable of integer type, and I am assigning 100. This is the correct option. And what is this doing? This is basically used for implicit type conversion. This will convert whatever type of value content. It will be whether it is string integer, it will be converted to binary integer type. But the correct option will be option B here. So you have to write as integer. That means the variable will be decided now having a data type as an integer type. Correct? Is it clear? So how we are declaring? Okay. Now if I change in the question, like if I say circuit string, then what will changes? The changes will be dim num people as string. Then there will be double quote. Then I will initialize the value of string here. Okay, so coming back to next question, which two control combine to form a combo box control? Yes, just we have discussed. So क्या क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है, कॉम्बो बॉक्स कंट्रोल में कौन सा दो कंट्रोल को कंबाइन करके हम लोग कॉम्बो बॉक्स कंट्रोल बनाते हैं. So which of these two controls? So which of these two controls? So whether it will be a list box or input box, there will be a list box or message box, list box or text box, a label or text box. Now this option is not true because we are not having any control like text box. Similarly, this option is also not true. We are not having any option like message box. Okay, कोई control नहीं है आपका inbox, input box का, कोई control नहीं है आपका message box का. Now we have left with only two options, option C and D. So one is your list box and text box, one is label and text box. Okay, the correct option is your option C, which will be your list box and text box. Okay, the combo box is combination of list box and text box. And then you are basically your option box. Remember, if I give option box here instead of combo box, if I give option box, now the option box is the combination of level and the text box. Okay, sometimes the option box is combination of level and text box. So for time being, remember, if I ask combo box, then the correct option will be a combination of list box and the text box. Fine, is it clear? Clear? Okay. So, yeah, some more questions are there. Okay, next question. Let's move to the next question. So in Visual Basic, to declare a variable is done with the keyword. Now you can answer this one. Just I have explained in the previous slide. What will the correct answer? So how to declare a variable? Which keyword is used? So in a Visual Basic, to declare a variable, which keyword is used? I just discussed in the previous slide while declaring the integer type variable.
In.
No, we're not using it. So if you go back again the previous slide, okay, the correct option था तो मैंने कैसे define किया? एक variable को define. Suppose मैं अगर string variable को define करूँगा, so I will use dim. Then name of the variable suppose x. Then as string. Okay, as string equal to height. Yeah. Now उसमें question क्या पूछा? Which keyword is used to declaring a variable? Now this as string will define your data type. Okay, as string जो define कर रहे हो क्या? Which type of data? If it is integer, that means it will integer data type. Okay, but here what the question is asked? The question is asked in a Visual Basic declaration of variable is done by which keyword? The correct answer will be dim. Remember this keyword. Okay. This is the keyword you have to use for declaring any type of variable, whether it is an integer type, string हो, array हो, या function हो, या procedure हो. ठीक है? अगर function कोई procedure आपको define करो, like click command, ठीक है? उस तो सबसे पहले सब लिखते हैं procedure के लिए. उससे पहले भी आप देखोगे नहीं, because now I am declaring a procedure. इसलिए आपको यहाँ पर सपोज आप array भी डिफाइन करो तभी आपको dim कमांड यूज करोगे. Declare any type of variable, whether the variable is your integer, string or array or function, कुछ भी हो. This keyword is used. So you can refer to the slide where I have explained the programming part. अगर आप slide देखोगे, so 3 to 4 slides are there where I explain the program using the variables, strings and array and functions. So वहाँ पर आप देख पाओगे. ठीक है? Timing, remember, to declare a variable, you have to use the dim keyword. Okay, quickly move to the next question. So which statement is about the object is true? Now you can answer this one easily. For the object, which of this following is true? One object can create many class. Is it true? No, it is cannot be true. One object cannot create the many class. One object can use to create one class. One object can use to create, or one class is used to create many objects, and one class is used to create one object. For the correct answer, the correct answer will be option C. I can create many instances of a class. Yes or no? The concept of object. So I can create many instances of a class. That means I can create many objects of a class. Okay. Okay. Next question. In a